This is a typical home inspection that was performed on a house in East Hampton, New York. Suffolk, New York home inspections, also known as Southampton home inspections, perform the inspection. It's a rental home that's in very good condition. We're going to start the inspection in the basement. Here's an emergency shutoff switch for the boiler. As we head downstairs, we'll notice that half of the basement is finished with gypsum walls and some vents on the walls for various things such as heating and also for access to the main water supply and the main house trap. You see the main house trap on the left and the main shutoff valve for the water system on the right. Everything seems to be in working order and in good condition. And as we head over to an outlet and check it, however, we see that it's not properly grounded. Actually, all the outlets in that room were not properly grounded. And so as a home inspector, we have various tools that are very helpful: a water gauge, an electrical frequency gauge, and various tools that a lot of architects and engineers don't necessarily use, but a licensed home inspector will have. As you can see, the mechanical room is in good condition. The boiler system is working well. The owner turned it on for us. Same with the water system. It has a TPR valve installed going down to the floor, which is good. The wiring is all well connected, clean. There's only one problem. That was the ground had this efflorescence. It looked like some type of galvanization had occurred, possibly due to moisture. In the final inspection report, I recommended that a licensed electrician check to see if the hole where the main electrical cables come into the service panel is not properly sealed and moisture is getting in there somehow. Also noted in the report is the fact that there isn't any insulation underneath the main first floor and also along the sill plate on the edge of the joist, and this is going to allow heat to escape from the house and increase energy heating bills and cooling bills. Because the house was still winterized, I wasn't able to test the faucet and the water pressure on the outside of the house, so I used an existing bib on the inside in the basement to test the pressure, and it came out to 60 psi, which is a good pressure. Along the base of a wall in the boiler room, there was some water damage noted, and the owner said that this was a pre-existing condition based on some flooding before they put in a sewage system on the street. And so he demonstrated a sump pump that it was in working order and that this was not an issue at the present time. After the basement, we went upstairs to check the room up there in the first floor, and I noticed the same problem as the basement, that there was an open ground. The light in the middle of this tester indicates the open ground. Smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector on the first floor were located in the hallway, as shown here in this image. The bathrooms were all in good condition. The tubs were well sealed. The fixtures all worked. The grout was fine. There wasn't any mold. Some of the outlets in the kitchen were not GFCI operable, and they had to be checked to see how far they were from the kitchen sink. Also, in the kitchen, there was a problem with one of the burners that didn't fire properly. It's an electric lit gas burner. The kitchen tiles were a type of synthetic composite, and it was noted that they were shrinking and they're separating, which is a bad sign for a kitchen. It seems like some type of damage may have been beginning there, so that was noted in the report. In the attic, there were signs of rodent infestation that was documented. The owner had said that the asphalt roof is over 15 years old, and the average life is 15 to 30 years for such a roof. And as noted, it's been built up with two layers just added on top of each other, which is going to be more work to remove. The gutter had been damaged in a storm, according to the owner, and has to be reaffixed. And one of the steps was loose, which could be in the future a trip hazard, although not so bad at the moment. The springs at the automatic garage door didn't have the safety cables, which are used to, just in case the spring breaks, it doesn't hurt someone. Also, the outlet on the left side of the garage had a reverse polarity, as noted by the two lights on the tester. On one of the doors leading out to the back deck, the weather stripping was torn away all around the door, and it's a minor problem, but something worth noting. The final report was emailed within 24 hours, including 15 pages of photos, a 3-page checklist, and also a summary of recommendations and findings, as well as a sketch plan of the basement. The purchaser was satisfied with the report, and the owner was also impressed by the process and ended up recommending SHI to a family member. If you or someone you know is interested in a home inspection in anywhere in Suffolk County, give SHI a call.